That's true.
Hello, and welcome to the William Grand George Theater and to Roger Williams University's theater production of Life Underwater by Richard Greenberg. We ask that you please silence all electronic devices, as well as please refrain from taking any flash photography and using electronic devices during the show. In case of an unlikely emergency, there are 2 exits, the doors through which you came in, as well as through the curtain, down the stairs, and out the double doors on your right. The show will run approximately 55 minutes with no intermission. Thank you, and please enjoy the show.
So, tell me. You will just die. I am bad. I am so bad. What did you do? You will just die. And what if I don't? I'll be very disappointed. But it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So you went out to allay her fears? I went out because the little one, the girl. Yes, I know who you mean. Isolde. Shit. What kind of people name the kids Tristan and Isolde and the dogs Brian and Susan? I mean, you're Andre, would you believe? Andre Weingratis and Ave Wintergarten. I mean, the whole family. And you went out to allay her fears? Because she thinks she sees a sea monster. I find out, I go there, I find it out. The other kid. Tristan, that is. Tristan! You believe that? A name like that, he's gonna have serious trouble dating. And then what happened? And then what happened is the other kid's, one of those kids, he swims like a fish, water baby. Like, there's an article in People magazine and he's in it naked. So he's cool about the whole deal and he's working on her, saying, there's no such thing as a sea monster, you know? And he's got her, I would say, half convinced. And I'm watching and I'm thinking, well, nothing for me to do. A child is more likely to respond to a sibling anyway. I took this family planning course. Things are going smoothly. Things are going smoothly. And I'm watching and I don't know what came over me. I see this little girl, 5 years old. I see this child and she looks so goddamn innocent and I think, wouldn't it be kind of neat to scare her shitless? You didn't. I did. Of course you did. Who knows why? Sea monsters exist. In a big way. Amy Toya. Shame on me. I know. But you should see this kid, too dumb for life. Her eyes look like a simile. Big. Very big. The eyes are very big. Because I tell her there's sea monsters in the sea, and they eat anyone's ever been in the sea, so too late now. And they especially eat little girls who one day intend to have expensive nose jobs, because they're planning it already, you can tell. And they especially eat little girls with stupid names. And they have these big, humongous, oh, this is the best part, these big, humongous Jaws. Jaws! You said it because, like, she's got the lunchbox with the shark in the mouth with the kid in the flood.
So right now she's
shitting her pants. The beauty part is that even if she never goes back in the water again, I fixed it so she's terrified. I traumatized her.
Why?
Why? Because it was something to do. Because I was bored. Because her father's a fairy antique stealer.
I wonder what she saw actually.
Probably Tristan's little Zorch.
Would that have scared her?
Scares you, doesn't it?
Another story.
You're telling me. Hey.
Yes.
You're all right, aren't you? I mean, you're all right.
I'm all right.
Good. Let's do something tonight.
Kip, telephone! It's your father. He's calling from Indianapolis. It's long distance, so take your time. Lead him dry, Kip. Well, are you or aren't you? Do you want to talk about it?
There's a call from Indianapolis. Shouldn't you be on the line?
You're more important.
You just want to frustrate my father. You want to lose his patience and his money.
He can afford it. The man is not a pauper.
Why don't you talk?
Do you know what he netted last year? Netted?
I'm not interested.
Of course, it's a miracle if he's got any of it left. That blushing on the right of his.
I don't care.
23 years old. Well, I don't want to talk about it. It's too sickening.
What time is it in Indianapolis anyway?
And have you heard the latest? Did I tell you, in deference to the new Barbie doll, he's having plastic surgery? Could you even?
I think there's Central Time. Isn't that the time they go by?
Middle-aged man's recipe for rejuvenation. A nip and a tuck and a youngish buck.
Mother!
Oh, I'm sorry. I've forgotten your sensibility. An entire generation, and I'm stuck with the one member who has a sensibility. In any case, he's dead to me now. Talk to him, get it over with.
No.
Why not?
He's a phony.
I should never have let you read Catcher in the Rye. Phony, your concerns are hopeless.
I need 50.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
for tonight. Look, I'll pay you back. I'll mow a lawn or something.
It won't be necessary.
It's a gift then?
The 50 won't be necessary.
How do you figure?
You're staying in tonight.
I don't think so.
I'm going out, so you're staying in.
You're going out, so I'm staying in. What is that, physics?
It's common sense. I don't want the house to be left alone.
It's a big house, Mother. It can take care of itself. What's the matter? Don't you trust me?
Not since you were 16 and had that affair with that rock singer.
Folk singer.
Whatever.
Pyorrhea, pyorrhea. Her gums were infected, not her sex organs. She was a virgin.
Many times over. Listen. I don't want to argue. Your father's on the phone, sound prosperous and well-adjusted and happy that he's gone. There could be money in it for you, and merchandise, maybe a Porsche.
I want to talk to him.
That's the spirit. Try to convey that during the conversation if you can. I hate this shirt.
It's tailor-made from England.
Don't lie to me. I know where it's from, and it's all frowsy around the elbows.
It's overseas shipping.
Why do you lie the way you do? I can understand lying in the abstract for a purpose, but you tell people that you summer in Newport instead of the Hamptons and that your father is in steel instead of oil. It's lateral mobility. What does it get you?
It just feels more real.
You're such a problem child. Change the shirt.
Have I offended you? Did I say something to offend you? What? Tell me.
Kip, please.
Because I really don't mean to offend you. I don't. It just happens. If you make a list, just make a list of acceptable things to say and unacceptable things to say. I'd be grateful. I would. I'd study it.
Now, Kip,
Because really, Mother, I don't mean to offend. I just say what's on my mind sometimes.
I'm leaving. Do what you want about the phone.
Now, where are you going?
Out.
Who with?
Is that a significant question?
Only if it leads to a significant answer.
Hank Renshaw.
Oh, it's a significant question.
You overinterpret.
He's married.
Drinks. That's all. Maybe a late supper.
Maybe an early breakfast. I can't stand it. It's disgusting to me.
Kit,
Oh, did I do it again? I'm sorry if I offended you.
don't wait up.
Mother, I'm too old for this. I can't have curfews anymore. I can't have my life run by you. What will I do with my night?
I leave you to your own devices.
No, you don't. You stripped me of my devices. I need human society.
I don't know why. You're not very good in it. Read something? Drink something? Good night.
You're not being very helpful.
Sorry.
It's fun! Don't you know what fun is?
Yes, fun is a repetition compulsion centered on tossing a piece of inflated rubber.
I remember another one.
Who?
The guy I met on 3rd Avenue.
The guy, singular?
No, I meant the sort of classy guy with the profession. He was a, security analyst, which I still don't really know what it means.
Security analyst. Someone who analyzes security. Sort of the opposite of a psychiatrist.
He was a pretty neat guy. Some of them.
You're telling me?
It got pretty bad. You just never know with the guys you meet. You gotta be so careful.
You do?
In the modern world, who knows what's gonna happen? You gotta live as though nothing's gonna happen. You can't go around being careful, can't be timid, because who knows? You could get hit by a truck any day of the week, am I right?
Of course you're right.
You just have to be so careful. Caveat emptor.
Impressive.
Of course, I thought about this.
Oh, the effort shows. Maybe you should lie down.
Because life is already wearing me out,
Drying you up.
Sort of. I'm hardly ever horny anymore. It's a routine. That's why I want to get married.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, but I want to marry someone boring so I don't ever have to think about it.
You lead a ridiculous life.
Some people would think so.
Meaning?
Don't get tight ass.
I'm not getting tight ass.
Give me a back rub.
Get it.
Some friend.
Fuck you!
Hey, I'll make dinner later. I've got lobster and mussels. I've got crabs and...
I don't doubt it.
Shellfish. You. I'll make a salad. I've got sprouts, mushrooms, radishes, cauliflower, snow pods, and then we can do something later. Is there something we can do later?
I hate this game.
What's to hate?
It feels like recreational therapy.
Well, I don't know from recreational therapy.
Meaning?
Meaning my personal history does not include basket weaving.
Meaning mine does.
Meaning nothing. Meaning I said words and forget it.
In other words, I'm a neurotic bitch.
Did I say that? Did you hear me say that?
We didn't weave baskets. We made lanyards. We attached whistles to the end of them. There were 16 people per class. Our instructor was named Sunny. She was the most depressing person I ever met. Are you satisfied?
They gave whistles to 16 crazy people? Christ, I am sick of you being sick.
It's your own fault for hooking up with a convalescent.
Why don't you go back to school?
It started at school. If I go back, it'll start again. School, people, masses of people. I need quiet. I need solitude.
You had all of that and you freaked again.
Environments reject me.
Get a job.
I had a job. I lost it. I was a receptionist. I was afraid of the telephone. People would bring packages. They take.
Jesus.
When I was away, I almost had an affair with a short order cook.
Who couldn't cope with life?
Well, you see, that was a tall order. I mean, Shall we compare notes? Would that be a pleasant diversion?
The thing we gotta do is we got to find an activity.
What is that?
Oh my God, Isolde is burying Tristan.
Kip, I'm back! Where are you? Are you in your room? Kip, I'm sorry I made you stay in last night. Where are you? I apologize. Humbly, you can come out now. Are you hungover? Is that it? Is that why you're not answering me? I'll make you a prairie oyster. Yeah. I've got to tell you, something wonderful happened last night. Mr. Renshaw, Hank, do you know what he said? He said my hair was the color of tea roses. I'll give you the 50 now, Kip! Are you sulking? Are you sleeping at this hour, my God? I don't care. Vomit all over your sheets. Sleep through the day. I'll clean you up. And I'll give you the money now. And I'll hold your head. Tea roses. Imagine.
Hey, you looking for somebody? Oh my God!
Who is that?
How do I know?
Well, what are you doing going to him? He could be dangerous.
I think I can handle myself.
Hey! Hey, are you all right? Hey, wake up!
Oh, come on, wake up! Oh, Jesus, you must have had a night. Do you think he's cute? Please. Wake up!
What's happening?
Who are you?
What?
You're named.
Kip!
That's perfect. Are you sick?
Oh, I've been walking
Walking where?
all over all night. I'm looking for
What?
work.
Looking for work? All night? Very few people hire at 4 a.m.
No, I was
What?
running away.
Are you a fugitive?
In a manner of speaking,
What did you do?
I had a mother.
What? You're running away from home?
I guess so, yes.
Oh, did you bring your skate key and a Twinkie?
It may sound juvenile, but it's not.
No, I'm sure.
Oh, God. I must have walked 20 miles. I kept looking for refuge. I recognized every house, every person in every house. They were all members of the club.
Which club?
Whichever. Wait, I don't know you.
I'm visiting.
Oh, good, nice. God, I'm in no condition to face what I have to face.
And what's that?
Poverty. I'm penniless, and I'm looking for work. Do you have any work?
That depends.
I'll do anything. I'll mow a lawn.
There's no lawn. Why can't you just go home and get money?
No, I can't even go into the vicinity of that place again. I'm not very resourceful, and this was all on a whim. And I've got to stick to it, or I'm dead. Dead. Finished. I just got to get to New York.
He's lying. Hitch?
That's dangerous.
What about a ride from a friend?
I have no friends.
Oh.
Are you sure there's not anything I can do?
You can hang out
Excuse me?
here.
Amy Joy.
No, like, there's all these rooms and no people. Like, you could stay here until you find a lawn to mow. We got these 2 kids we gotta take care of, my cousins, but you can help with that. We'll pay for that. I mean, I will.
Well, is it legitimate work?
Wait until you meet them. They were raised by wolves.
Well, I love children.
Now you say that.
Amy Joy, this is ridiculous.
Wait, I don't know your name.
Amy Beth. She'll like you once she gets to know you.
That's never going to happen.
I promise you will. I'm very nice. I'm harmless. I promise I won't overstay my welcome.
You'll have to leave retroactively.
She doesn't mean it.
Look, I'm sorry. It's just that I can't go back there. Not if I want to be human, and I do. My mother's life is depraved, and I like you too. Automatically, instantaneously. You're not like the people I know. This gives me a lot of hope.
Why don't you go up to the house?
No!
To the house where people are allowed to stay only because I say so. And why don't you clean yourself up? I'll be up in a minute to get you something for your hangover. Be careful of Tristan and Isolde. They're playing Apache.
All right, well, which house is it?
The big glass one at the edge of the hill.
Thank you. Thank you. And we'll get along. You'll see.
Shit. He'll give us something to do. Hank.
Something rather odd happened the other day. Would you like to hear about it?
Of course.
It was at the Princeton Club. I had my racquetball and my steam. I was drinking a vodka Gibson at the bar when who should tap me on the shoulder but Prescott Fowler.
Oh, yes.
Well, you know, Press and I are old chums, dating back to Exeter, but I hadn't seen him much lately. Only once or twice in the past few years, in fact. Anyway, we got to talking about old times and new times and whatever. And then suddenly, it was the liquor loosening him up, I suppose, he told me the most startling thing.
And what was that?
Well, let me set it up for you. It seems over the past few years he's found himself a bit straitened financially. Not critically, of course, just enough to feel the pinch. But Press, as it turns out, is quite resourceful.
How do you mean?
Well, I don't know if you've seen him lately, but he's in as good a shape as I am. Lean, hard as a rock. We did tennis together at Exeter, and it seems Press has turned his fitness into economic advantage.
And how is that?
Apparently, I never knew this before, did you? There's a woman named Honoria, a very elegant woman named Honoria, who operates a most discreet business out of a brownstone on East 64th Street.
Honoria what?
No last names, ever.
My God!
Not rough trade, of course. Women, dowagers even, lonely and stimulated.
Press, really?
Yes, and not only Press. And this is what cast a whole new light over things. As I said, we did tennis together at Exeter. That was a great bunch of guys. There was a real solidarity among us. And an innocence. Young men, you know.
And?
Well, Press whipped out an old tennis photo of ours. Which I thought was a nostalgic gesture, but there was something strange about this photograph, something dreamlike. My dream. Because in it, we had all aged somehow. Gracefully, to be sure, but nevertheless, aged, thickened, grown, tired. And strangest of all, I was missing. From the picture. I was, quite literally, no longer in the picture. As it might well have happened in a dream. And those who were in the picture, some 6 or 7 of them in all, wore unnatural expressions. Gross somehow. Lurid. Unseemly.
Well, of course it was.
It was a picture of Madame Honoria's stable. My old class at Exeter. My teammates. It seems they had all suffered reversals of one kind or another. And one by one, Press had offered them this solution. You see, Honoria only takes bona fide social register types. She caters to the sort of woman who will not condescend, even when all she wants is a good screw.
For uncomfortable moments, people knowing people, I mean.
Oh, to be sure. But the embarrassment is strictly mutual, making disclosure unlikely.
My God, I just realized these people you're talking about, they must be my friends.
The friends we have in common. Not so casual at cocktail parties anymore. And East 64th Street has absolutely transformed itself for me.
I'd imagine.
But here's the other extraordinary thing. One of Chris's clients the other week, and I think this is the reason he told me the whole story to begin with, a client he met with just a few days ago.
Yes?
Well, they met at the Hotel Carlisle, which I think is dangerous, but never mind. Press and the woman went through the usual protocol. No names, discreet undressing in separate rooms, lights out. He took her in his arms, began. The woman was a wreck. Emaciated, ravaged face, nervous, eczematous rashes. Press, of course, was tender, sensitive, aware, careful not to show the revulsion he felt for the woman, for her ruined body, and her grief. And he made love to her, like a gentleman and a scholar. Midway through, she began to sigh in a distinctive way, a sort of little chihuahua yelp. Well, this is like Mrs. Madeline. A flood of memories. He pulled back too quickly, looked at her face, the face of this woman he'd been hired to service, and in utter, absolute, blinding shock, he cried out, "Claudia Duplessis!" She closed her eyes then and asked, "Press, is that you? I thought it might be, but I was afraid to say anything."
All of which means.
Well, some 30 years ago, when he was at Exeter and she at Concord Academy, Claudia Duplessis and Prescott Fowler lost their virginities to each other. One weekend at a mixer. He was a tennis champion, and she was the prettiest girl at Concord. And after that weekend, they never met again.
And what did they do when they realized?
They clung to each other for dear life.
And I suppose he declined any fee for his services.
On the contrary, he charged a double. What I mean to say is, don't you sometimes think we're the last moral people on earth? The last people with a sense of common decencies? Who know about the fitness of things, who adhere to a standard.
Does your wife know about us? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, and yes.
What should we do?
Have I ever told you your hair is the color of tea roses?
Possibly.
Does it make you happy?
Yes.
Then I don't see the problem. I mean, I'm not being obtuse. I really don't see the problem.
I thought you were supposed to be working. I haven't seen it.
Well, I've been bathing the kids, feeding them, washing the dishes, Windexing the glass, which in this house is a chore, believe me. What kind of people build a glass house on the edge of a hill in front of an ocean?
Rich people?
Why are you playing with that string?
Why not?
Well, whenever I see you, you've got something. String, marbles, a daiquiri glass. Your hands are never unoccupied. Why is that?
Do you have money for train fare yet? It can't be more than $10 to the city from here.
Well, I've decided to stick around for a while until I've got enough to get started. It's not the best idea to arrive in Manhattan empty-handed. Lots of people waiting for you on the streets if you do that. Terrible types in the streets of Manhattan. Muggers, rapists, and mimes.
That was a spasm.
No, it wasn't.
I promise you it was.
I don't believe you.
I don't care.
Amy Joy tells me you went to Radcliffe. Ooh. Yeah, I got kicked out of a lot of schools too.
I did not get kicked out. I left.
Really? Why?
Reasons? Amy Joy never understood why I went in the first place. She always said, once you get in, why bother?
I like her.
Of course,
Well-
everybody does.
I like you too.
That's a less common reaction.
Why don't you ever talk to me?
Kip, listen, you're here because Amy Joy wants you here. You're her boy, not mine.
I like you better. I like her too, but I like you better. What did I say? Did I offend you? I didn't mean to offend you.
I want you to leave soon.
Look, I'm sincere, utterly. I think we have a lot in common. I have trouble with people too. I look as if I know what I do. Do you know that before I came here, I used to gaze up at this house. I used to wonder. There's a green light that burns at the end of the
That's Great Gatsby. I can read. You sensitive boys with your quotations. I'll read as far as I can throw
Well,
you.
you should. I only tell nice lies. The past 5 days I've been here, I've been looking for a method to approach you. And I think unapproachable people like us have a responsibility to seek each other out. The only method I've come up with is to tell you exactly how I feel, but it's hard to express something like this. You must know how it feels.
Meaning?
I'd like to get you between the sheets.
I want to get you between the eyes. Oh!
The prodigal son returns.
Yeah, I've come to collect my things.
I'm not giving you money so you can walk out of here again.
I don't want your money.
Sit down, let's talk.
Why are you wearing your robe in the afternoon? Oh my God.
Oh, leave it alone.
You're disgusting.
Nobody's here, why not drop it? I've missed you. Everybody talks slowly and in long sentences. Where have you been?
I've been living down the shore with 2 girls.
2 girls. Does that mean...
Orgies every night.
What are you living on?
I'm sort of a caretaker at their place.
Gigolo, you mean?
Yeah, you have a sleazy mind. I'll get my things and go.
Don't be silly. Let's talk. The best part is talking.
I don't think you understand. I don't have much time.
We should get together regularly. I like it. We could be like those people in Henry James who do things so that they have something to talk about
I've
after.
never read Henry James. Now that's just great.
Hello, Kip. How are ya? Huh? Kipper. All right? Not talking to me? Okay. Your mom's been frantic.
Don't come near me. No, this is not my idea of a romantic relationship.
If you just listen,
Forget it.
what was the point of that?
My son knows, why shouldn't yours?
Skip knows.
Yes, he saw someplace.
What do we do now?
That question is rapidly becoming monotonous. Come here.
Tristan! Isolde! Where are you, you little bastards?
Tristan! Tristan! Coming out now, Isolde.
Tristan! Isolde! Where are you?
Those little sons of bitches, I think they're dead.
We should separate.
Oh, form teams or something?
You take around the back.
Well, come with me.
It'll be easier if we spread out.
Oh, shit, those bastards.
I'll look by the dock.
Okay, see you later.
Good luck.
Does that mean find them or not?
Find them!
We should go.
Wait,
Why?
I want to look at you.
You're hurting my eyes.
It's been 2 weeks. We've talked. We failed to talk. I've told you everything there is to know about me. That didn't take very long. I've told you how I feel about you and you don't believe me. What can I say? Is there a lie? Is there a story? Is there some anecdote I can tell you that'll break through?
I'm squinting in that light.
Oh, you look beautiful.
It's a weak light.
I mean it, see?
Don't say that.
I love you.
Why'd you climb the mountain? Because she was there.
No!
Why don't you love Amy Joy?
Well, that would be ordinary and very easy. She wants me.
I know.
She doesn't need me, though.
And I do.
Don't you?
The Salvation Army mentality, save anything that needs it.
It's a beautiful night.
We should be looking for the children.
Talk to me!
Turn off the light.
Why?
It's hurting my eyes. It didn't happen. It didn't happen anywhere. It didn't happen at school. It didn't happen at home when I escaped from school. It didn't even happen when I moved in with Amy Joy, not even in Manhattan.
What didn't happen?
I don't know, do you? I think Amy Joy does. Sometimes I think if I can just study her like Latin, drilling her the way she is, everything would be all right. Her life works somehow. Other people seem to have figured this problem out.
What problem?
Don't you know? How could you? And every gesture it took to live out a day was like some kind of absurd gymnastic event I was too clumsy to perform. You don't know what it's like to feel ridiculous all the time. All I could do was watch people. I'd get stomach cramps. I couldn't sleep. Something wanted to jump out of me, but my body contained it, trapped it. One night, when it wouldn't stop raining and I couldn't sleep no matter what I did, I started tearing off my skin. It seemed very hopeful at the time. But I didn't stop until there were deep, bloody grooves in my face as if I'd been slashed at with a knife. It's amazing what little effort can do. I had doctors, a plastic surgeon. He did good work, didn't he? Sealing me up? No, turn off that light.
I love you.
On an island with no money, you love me, but what about under less desperate circumstances?
In Manhattan? With millions?
What is that? A smile?
I don't relish the idea.
What?
I don't relish the idea of working out my anxieties as a stud on you. And I don't relish the idea of you using me to scratch your itch.
We're not doing that.
Love is supposed to make you feel innocent. I don't feel innocent. I feel uninnocent. All the people we're hurting. Hello, Jinx.
Hello, Hank.
Jinx. Jinx and Hank. And Dot. My wife, Dot. And your son Kip, and my son Skip. Jinx and Hank and Dot and Kip and Skip. They sound like elves.
Let's go to bed.
I'm not happy in this house.
No, it's your wife's house you're not happy in.
Unhappiness is portable. That's one of its chief characteristics.
Let's go to bed.
Did I ever tell you?
What?
Did I ever tell you that I detest tea roses?
Why are you so happy all of a sudden?
I just am.
That really stinks.
Sorry. How's Tristan?
Fine. Hardly singed.
You got there in time.
No help from you, thank you very much.
I told you.
Right, right. Deep talk. Deep talk. Shit.
How's Isolde?
I don't know. The shrink's an asshole. He says, like, maybe she's a pyromaniac, like that helps or something.
Well, do you think she's a pyromaniac?
Anybody named Isolde, she could be anything. You were no help at all.
Well, I'm not the one who told her the sea monster story.
Well, who taught her how to build a fire?
That she must have picked up on her own.
Shit. I see this kid sleeping, with all those sticks around him, and the flames lapping at his feet, and the little bitch screaming, burn, 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 and I almost lost it, I tell you. Meanwhile, you're off getting laid. Well, what the hell, you are a part of it.
When are the Vinegrads coming home?
Oh, this is good. Get this, since everything's all right and nobody was hurt, they're going to stay in Paris for 2 more days until he closes the deal. A sense of responsibility. He's off importing antique andrions or whatever the fuck, and meanwhile his children are setting each other on fire. They're such Protestants, I swear.
Well, it gives us a couple more days here at least.
Oh, that's a thrill.
We can go out now wherever you want.
I've got news. At the best of times, the Hamptons are not a hotbed of activity.
Clubs, movies.
Jesus.
Are you angry at me?
Disappointed. I am extremely disappointed. You come here, a sick person, and you hop into bed with the first man you meet. That's not a solution. I gave you credit for more intelligence than that. I'm just extremely disappointed. But no skin off my nose. You should excuse the expression.
I'm sorry.
Look, that's life. I guess so. Everybody's a shit.
That's fascinating, but what's it for? You in training? You're 48 years old and you look 16. I'm 45 and I look 12. When we were 30, we both looked 30. Do you think we're receding? What do you do with your afternoons? Because you're not in your office, I know, I call. That was a confession. You can hit me for it. Punch, pummel, strike, any form of physical contact will be gratefully received. The way you're treating me, if I didn't trust you, I'd be much wiser. What's going on?
What happens next?
Well, I've got some money.
You have $50.
Something.
Not enough.
You're going back to your parents' house?
For a little while.
I don't suppose I could,
No.
No, I didn't think so.
You're going home.
No, I won't. I'll do something. I'll mow a lawn.
Lucrative.
Yeah, not so far. I want to be a responsible person. Is there a place where they teach you that? I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
That's fine.
I have no money. I don't properly exist.
You're enough.
No, I'm not.
After you go home and get some money, come to me. I'm leaving home and getting a job. Then I'm going back to school. I'll get an apartment in the city. You can come live with me.
Really?
There are plenty of things you can be.
Like what?
You can be a steward.
Yeah. Maybe I can go back to high school. School, even. I think my father bought me a diploma somewhere.
Good.
Doesn't seem very likely, does it?
Sure it does.
I'll take care of you.
I know.
Is there stuff to drink, like a lot?
Stop looking like you've committed a crime.
The thing is,
What?
the thing is,
What?
So tell me, Amy Beth is giving Isolde a bath, and I told her to use a blowtorch. That girl is most likely to succeed in a snake pit.
yeah, she should be under psychiatric care.
Amy Beth?
Isolde,
Yeah, her too.
why are you two friends?
Are you kidding? Amy Beth couldn't live without me. She's my responsibility. You gotta take care of your friends. We've been best since forever, first grade.
Oh,
She needs someone like me for protection.
yeah, well, you two don't seem very compatible.
That's what I mean. Amy Beth ever met somebody compatible, within the hour they'd be dragging the river for bodies. Why are you depressed?
I don't know.
I mean, finish the wine by all means, because I want Uncle Andre to have a knish. But what's the problem?
I made a mistake.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what to do about it.
That's easy.
Really?
Go home to mommy. Some guys always end up going home to mommy. No shame in that. What else can you do?
Nothing.
At least you got a mother who will take you. Big maternal instinct, I guess.
No. Not the way my mother wants things. She shouldn't have children. She should have a puppy.
She's got one.
I guess so, yeah.
Look. So you're bored. You're guilty. And you're evil. Is that a reason not to be happy?
What do you mean?
You make things so goddamn complicated. I can help with that, I really can. No, I don't.
Put something on. Children might see you. How'd it go off?
Please, they're slobbering over the little girl like she did something so clever. Like it was so clever that you knew how to set your brother on fire and to vomit. They're all so fucked up. Makes you think about all the nice people in the world who die in freak accidents. You only brought out the one suitcase.
I left the others on the porch. Is that okay?
Sure, maybe Uncle Fartface will bring him down, though I seriously doubt it. Is Kip still here?
No. He left with his mother.
Oh, typical. God, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? I can't wait to get back to New York. You looking forward to Merrick?
Yes?
You're kidding. Hey, you know what I was thinking last night? I was thinking that at the end of the summer, I'd either go back to school or get a job. I think my father's getting a little sick of paying my rent. Or else I'll probably get married. I'll probably end up getting married.
Oh, who to?
Who knows, I may draw straws.
That's as good a way as any.
So, what time does the train leave? Do you remember?
No.
Oh, no problem. The schedule's in the house.
Your uncle's bringing us to the station?
Sure. Maybe we could get lunch before, maybe a salad, seafood,
I don't think so.
something.
No.
Okay.
Look, do you think your uncle would mind if I took a later train after you? I just want to stay here for a while.
No, I'm sure that'll be all right.
Good.
I better get the other suitcase. Old Fartface never will.
Sure.
It's been fun. Call me tonight, okay?
If I'm home.
Great.
I'm glad he doesn't come around anymore.
So I guess am I,
Did it just stop? I mean, or what?
more or less.
I don't understand. Why would he send you a picture of all these middle-aged men wearing uniforms?
It's a tennis photo, a reunion photo of a tennis team, Exeter class of 50-something.
Oh. God, Hank looks awful.
Doesn't he? Kip,
What?
when you were living down the shore, those two girls you spoke about,
Yes, Mother?
did you become involved with one of them?
In a way.
I caught a glimpse from the bottom of the hill when I picked you up. One of them looked very pretty.
It was the other one.
Oh.
Are you cold?
What were their names?
You'd laugh if I told you.
Oh, cold. No. No, I don't think so.
Cooler, though.
Well, fall soon.
So